Oh God, does she not just have the most fantastic voice? Absolutely fantastic. I love that performance. This is a perfect example of two completely different timbres in a voice. Kia ora and welcome. My name's Stevie and I'm your vocal coach for today. We're going to be taking a look at Chris Stapleton with Dua Lipa with Think I'm in Love with You live. We're going to be taking a look at what are they up to with their vocal technique, how are they creating these sounds, and how can you create them. So if you want to learn more about how you can improve your singing, hit that subscribe button. It's very hot today, so I feel like it's just about to get hotter because I'm going to do some dancing because I love this song.
For how we've been apart.
Oh God, does she not just have the most fantastic voice? We're on the F4, which is F sharp 4, which is the F sharp above middle C. I know my love is real. So we've got thicker vocal folds. Lower down in the range, we know Dua can go quite high, but I really do think that she's a mezzo alto. She's a very dark timbre to her voice, even when she speaks. Even though I don't like to say what a particular singer is, I think with Dua it's quite obvious.
From all the ways we always make each other feel, and as for how we've been apart.
And she has this like twang that she does, and as oh wow we've been apart, and you can hear it in those, and it's going to sound horrible in my voice, right? Because she has a darker timbre to me, and when I'm in that part of my range, I wouldn't add in this much twang, but that's what she's doing. Okay, so I'm not making fun of her in any way. It just doesn't sound good if I do that. So I would not add that amount of twang in that part of my range. So she's doing that as a while I've been apart. That's a way that we can add volume to the lower section of the range. You can feel. It's also quite often used in jazz singing to kind of be a way that we're changing the color of the sound to add in twang.
And as for how we've been apart.
Perfect example of how she's doing. She's making in like. Get it right in my hands, Zoe. She's making changes to make the sound, like she's being inconsistent with her voice to make it sound consistent. Now, that means that she's, and as there's no twang, as oh wow we've been apart. That's actually what we were just working on yesterday inside the Vocal Academy in our training. We were talking about how do we make the sound like one, but add in twang as we're going through the sound in order to make it easier for us to hit the notes. So that's exactly what she's doing. As oh wow we've been apart, and making it tighter.
And as for how we've been apart. Perhaps we needed time to listen to our hearts. Now here I am, and there you are.
It's almost like she's going and dropping the soft palate a little bit. The soft palate is the doorway to the notes. Here I am, and there you are. I feel like it's almost gone a little bit nasal, but I wouldn't actually be able to tell unless I went up and pinched her nose, which obviously I'll never get the chance to do.
And there you are. We've come so far.
Okay, so this is something I often get asked about Dua's voice because I have a lot of my singers who love singing her songs. And there you are. So that apparent sounding of nasality, which I know I said that it sounded like she was dropping the soft palate, it might not be that, because it could also be a tightening of the area at the back of the throat. There you are. Sounds nasal, doesn't necessarily have to be nasal. Ha-ha. It's the mystery of vocal technique. But if you feel like you're sounding nasal and you're like, oh my God, Zoe, I really Like, I need to deal with this. Like, I'm struggling with these notes, but I feel like it's nays. I'm not really too sure. Hit me up for some singing lessons down in the description below, because honestly, this really needs to be looked at on a one-to-one basis.
So far together.
Yeah, she's on the A flat 4 there. Together. So this is the beauty of that darker timbre. We hear a note and it's like, wow, that's quite high. And then we go to sing it, it's like, oh, that's actually relatively low. This section of the song is low for the female chest voice register. Actually, this whole song is low for the female chest voice register, unless you are a mezzo or an alto like Dua, where, you know, she's singing and it doesn't really, you know, we sort of like go, oh yeah, that's totally achievable. Ha.
Wish things could change. I know this might sound strange, but I'm in love with you. Didn't know it at the time. I know what I want to do. It's making me lose my mind. I thought about thinking it through. Every time I do, I find I wanna make your dreams come true. I think I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you.
This is a perfect example of two completely different timbres in a voice. We can hear that when Chris is singing, look, this could also be that they've literally like turned up the microphones at different levels, but I don't think so. This is where we're hearing that Dua has decidedly less twang in that lower section of her sound now that she's gone into the verse, and Chris has a lot, which is quite common in country music. So let's just go back on that, because twang is an area, twang is a tightening of the area above the larynx. So we're just going to hear that change in the timbre, the color of the sound again.
I know this might sound strange, but I'm in love with you. Didn't know it at the time. I know what I want to do. It's making me lose my mind. I thought about thinking it through. Every time I do, dreams come true.
So you can hear it. Every time I do, I find. He's adding in more of that find. I want to make your dreams come true. Now, this is obviously very low in my register. So if you are a female singer, you wanting to sing the whole song by yourself, like raise the pitch at least 3 half steps, please. Otherwise, this will sound quite dirgy in the female vocal register. So I want to think I'm in love with you and didn't know it at the time. That's Dua. She's got less of that twang lower down. There's a little bit of breath coming into the sound there as well. Let's just go back on that.
Every time I do, I find I wanna make your dreams come true. I think I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you.
So you're also seeing quite close. I think I'm in love with you. Didn't know it at the time. When we're lower down in the chest voice, sometimes closing the mouth a little bit can actually help us to create. Tightness is the wrong word, but twang is a tightening of the area above the larynx.
You are
down on the B3, there's you are, and up to the C sharp for the light I wanna lead. Now, why do I keep on saying these like letters, numbers and letters? So C is middle C on the piano, and that's C4. So when we're going, like we're thinking about around that note and a little bit lower, is really relatively low within the female chest voice register. I like to go from the A below middle C with vocal exercises for students up to the A above middle C. So we're looking at that octave is around really where the chest voice loves to sit. So we're right down, and as do it like that slightly lower voice, this doesn't sound low in her range. So we're also getting, you are the light I want to see. We're hearing us do is trying to get a bit more of the volume in that sound. She's adding in the twang. You are the light I want to see. Yeah. So when we're adding in twang, that is going to increase our volume, and it is a really great way lower in the range. And you can hear, woman. So we heard a different vocal quality there because Chris is going higher up in the range and he's wanting to make it a little bit louder, and then going, woman, woman. Change of that tongue position is going to make that sound more of a, yell is the wrong word, but it sounds like a bit of a call rather than it being, woman. Yeah, so again, different timbres when we're adding in twang further up in the range, that's going to sound a little bit more like we're crying up there rather than that cry, like that what he's just done in that moment. Let's watch that. We can also see that woman and that tongue position there. Now that's something that comes through a lot of work on the actual muscles of the tongue, and that could be through vocal exercises, but we can actually strengthen the tongue, which is so important for improving our singing because the tongue actually inserts into the larynx itself, and that is exactly why I have a new training system available for you. You can check it out in the description below because this has been changing the lives of the singers inside the Vocal Academy. They've been saying, holy shit, Zoe, this is the best that I have sung in years. And honestly, it's all through doing these exercises, which I have handpicked for you. You don't even have to sing inside this program, but check it out to learn more about how you can really improve your vocal technique. It honestly takes you 2 minutes a day. Not a huge amount.
I'm in love with you. I didn't know it at the time. I know what I want to do. It's making me lose my mind, girl. I thought about thinking it through, and every time I do, I find I wanna make your dreams come true. I think I'm in love with you. Whoa, I think I'm in love with you. Think I'm in love with you. Didn't know it at the time. I know what I want to do. I know, baby.
So we're hearing as well that thought about thinking it through. Every time I do, I find. So we're hearing low in the range again. It's quite a similar vocal quality that he's using. I have heard a couple of people say in the, like I've kind of seen in the comments, people are saying, I think that's his wife, right? And he's singing to her. I just want to articulate like how weird this must feel on stage, that like literally he's singing to his wife and then like Dua's the one that's singing the duet in there. Like that must feel very, it looks a little bit awkward actually. I have to be 100% honest because like Dua's actually the other like lead vocalist in this performance. Like why didn't his wife sing the other lead vocal? I don't know. It's a cool version of the song, but I just wanted to say it kind of, when you're on stage with other people, we're wanting to make sure that we're including everyone, because that's also, you know, that's just part of it.
I'm in love with you. Whoa, I think I'm in love with you. Think I'm in love with you. Didn't know it at the time. I know what I want to do. I
So actually up on that A4, I know, baby. I know a lot of people here do a sound and they feel like they have to squeeze up a little bit, but that's not really what she's doing. As we're going higher in the race, I know, baby. That's done through constricting like a little bit of those swallowing muscles, the constrictor muscles inside the pharynx at the back of the throat. But it's not about closing up the throat entirely. This happens to a lot of singers when they're trying to sing, do as songs, because she uses that twang, but also the incorporation of a little bit of tongue compression and those constrictor muscles. So we're getting also the match of the I'm in love with you. I love this riff actually if you're looking at improving your oral training. I might even turn this into a vocal exercise. This is a really, really cool vocal exercise to work on that oral training. So we've got the match of the vowels when we're singing with other people, wanting to make sure that we are matching the vowels. Wrong note there, Zoe. But that matching is going to make sure that it doesn't sound out of tune, because sometimes when we're singing with other people, one of us can sound out of tune just because we're using a different vowel. Absolutely fantastic. I love that performance. I think she's just so awesome. And Chris Stapleton as well, both incredible vocalists. But we're hearing such huge changes in their vocal timbres there. I absolutely love it. It's a really perfect example of how they're singing. Okay, so the female voice sings an octave above, but they're singing at the same pitch, and you can hear the difference in those sounds. It's absolutely insane the way that we're hearing more of that country sound. Obviously Chris Stapleton is a country singer, so we're hearing more of that twang coming, and how much brighter that is in the timbre, whereas Dua without that level of twang in the lower section of the range, how much darker the timbre appears to be. So that it also affects our volume, but it also affects the way in which our sound is coming across. So a lot of singers come and they're like, Zoe, I really want like more volume or resonance, but they are tightening up too much. They're not allowing that resonance to come through, which is what we achieve by better vocal fold closure. So that's actually something that needs to be looked at though on a one-to-one basis. So I'd love to help you with your vocal technique. You can apply for singing lessons using the link in the description below, because my online singing school, the Vocal Academy, is accepting new students, and we are the only singing school out there in the greater world that I know of that are actually offering a hybrid of one-to-one singing lessons and group training, because I firmly believe, after having taught singing for 18 years, there is so much to be learned from listening to other singers, how they do it, and also seeing myself and the other vocal coaches inside the academy work with other singers. Because you can either take away ideas, learn something new, and the beauty of it is we have a really supportive community for you to not feel like you're doing this all alone. And I know that it can feel sometimes really difficult to practice and kind of sometimes a little bit boring just singing by yourself at home, and that's why we're here to practice together. So you can apply in the description below. Check out some more Do It Lipa up here. I don't think I've looked at Chris Stapleton before. I've looked at one of his songs that someone else has sung, so I'll put that down here. And just remember, anyone can learn to sing. It's about moving all these muscles, and have an awesome rest today. Happy singing, ka kite anō.